The SE3 or SE2022 is the cheapest 5G iPhone there is. It's also the cheapest iPhone with the A15 Bionic. It's the processor they have in the iPhone 13 series. So you could imagine how powerful this SE3 is going to be. The A73 is going to be an upgrade of the A72. It's going to have upgrades in the camera department and display as well as others. I'm sure by the end of this video, you should make a decision on, hey, I'm an Android user. I'm thinking of going to iPhones. I think I should start with the SE3 because it's cheaper than the iPhone 13 mini. It has the same processor as the iPhone 13 mini. It has 5G. I think I should start with that. Maybe the A73 is for you. I don't know, but you should make that decision by the end of the video. So let's just kick it off and go straight into the video. The display on the A73 is way bigger than the SE3 at 6.7 inches. The SE3 just comes at 4.7. I mean, they are compact phones. The iPhone 13 mini is a compact phone. The S22 is a compact phone at 6.1 inches. And you know the display, but look, this is 4.7. This is a dwarf of a phone. This is a dwarf of a phone. It's very small. Nothing much you could do with it's a small display. Come on, there's a lot of issues you can have with a 4.7 inch display. Typing is going to be an issue. Gaming is going to be an issue because the field of view is not even that big to begin with at 4.7 inches, and now you have two thumbs on the screen, which reduces the field of view even more. 4.7 inches is not going to take you anywhere. I mean, people use the iPhone 8, so I mean, yeah, for them, they're going to have no problem using the SE3. So, and not just that, the A73 has a bigger display, it has a smoother display as well because it has a much higher refresh rate than the SE3. So gaming and whatever it is that you have to do that needs higher refresh rates, you're going to get it much more smoothly on the Galaxy A73. Plus, it's a Samsung device. When it comes to displays, it's Samsung versus the others. Battery life, A72 takes the lead here because it's much bigger. It has the 5000 mAh battery compared to the about 2000 we have, although technically Apple hasn't mentioned the battery. They don't even mention the battery life, battery size and even RAM size during the launch of their devices, so we don't really know what it is technically, but it should be around 2000. This is 5000. Even if it's at 2500 on the SE3, it's still smaller, way smaller than what we have on the A73. But iPhones have come a long way, so even if they have smaller batteries compared to Androids, they do a lot more at managing the battery usage compared to Android. The 30 mini, for example, has a 2400 mAh battery with a bigger display, much bigger than the SE3, although it has the same processor, the A15 Bionic. But charged fully in the morning, it can last you a full day, according to tests we have everywhere. It can last you a full day only to charge it at night. So even though the SE3 is going to have or has a smaller battery than the A73, I'm of the opinion that it's going to perform much better, if not similar to the A73 in terms of battery usage and battery management, although the A73 has a much bigger battery than the SE3. Now the processor, although the SE3 has a smaller size, smaller battery, it does take the lead when it comes to the processor. The A15 Bionic is not only Apple's fastest, strongest processor, it is the world's fastest, strongest processor. It's the best processor you have in a smartphone. Samsung's Exynos, Huawei's Kirin, Qualcomm Snapdragon, all doesn't beat this. I mean, this processor is very powerful. It's optimized to manage battery life, optimized to work with lighter hardware like just 4 gigs of RAM, although the integration of a large amount of RAM makes it possible to improve the performance of multitasking and, you know, run a lot of apps and keep them open in the background without experiencing any lag. There's also a lot more storage on the A73 that starts with the base model having 128 gigs of storage compared to the base model of the SE3 that starts out at 64 gigs of storage. Final thing here is camera, and the camera of the SE3 is getting some upgrades. Although it's just a single camera at the back, it is going to get some features from the latest big boys like deep fusion, cinematic mode, and others. However, there is no ultra wide lens, there is no macro, there is no telephoto like we have on the A73, so you're missing out on all of that. Camera quality would have to be tested before I can say anything about it, so I'll just skip that for now. But hardware wise, you have a lot more options on the A73 compared to the SE3. At this point, we do see the camera and display department being led by the A73, with the SE3 taking charge of the processor. The RAM, like I said, is not really comparable between these two devices, because I mean iPhones generally do not need huge amount of RAM, so I'm just going to drop that. You have a lot more storage on the A73 though. I'm not saying the A73 is more superior because it has a lot more wings, but if the SE3 had a bigger display and also a bigger battery, slightly bigger display, slightly bigger battery, I'm pretty sure I'll be selling kidneys on the black market just to get the SE3. So there's going to be more technical comparisons just like this one. Subscribe to get more videos like this. Like the video if it helped you a lot in making a decision, or if it was just interesting to watch, I don't know. But hey, I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe. Peace out.